Let's get serious now. This is HBO's The Normal Heart.
You're accusing the government of a conspiracy to murder all gay men?
Yes.
And listen to these names in the movie. The Normal Heart doesn't have a normal cast. Julia Roberts, Jim Parsons, Mark Ruffalo, Matt Bomer, all in a powerful new film directed by Ryan Murphy. And it's about the early days of the AIDS epidemic and gay America fighting to be heard.
It is a heavy history lesson for sure. You know, they say to win a war, you have to start one. Well, that's the tagline of the movie.
And it took nearly 30 years to turn Larry Kramer's off-Broadway play into a film. And here's why the story is more important now than ever. ET uncovers the making of The Normal Heart.
Mr. Mayor, we need your help.
How are they going to help us if they don't know who we are?
They won't help us, Ned, if they do.
Ruffalo portrays Ned Weeks, a fictionalized version of Larry Kramer, a firebrand activist.
Writers are given one great story to tell their story. I'm telling my story as a political document.
The play had two major runs in 1985, and then in 2011, Jim Parsons starred.
My name is Tommy Boatwright. And why don't you write that down? It's Tommy Boatwright.
Barbra Streisand tried to turn The Normal Heart into a film in 1993.
I knew it was a film I had to make, and the movie is now drawing close to becoming a reality.
But the project fell into limbo, and now in this week's Entertainment Weekly, the reasons why it finally comes to television.
This is the kind of movie that probably wouldn't be a giant box office hit.
You can't stop fighting for the ones you love.
It is very sad, it's haunting. And I think sometimes serious films like this, it's almost easier for people to watch them in the privacy of their own home, and just so you can cry, you can, maybe take a break even if you need to.
Federal health officials consider it an epidemic, yet you rarely hear a thing about it.
For many, The Normal Heart will be a history lesson. Journalist Karen Oakham reported from the front lines of the epidemic.
The gay community was divided within itself because gay men who had just come out, they did not want to think that this fun, liberating experience that they were no longer shameful about was something that was causing them to die.
Wanted to know what I think. This is what I think. You are all going to infect each other.
The commitment of Julia Roberts was another turning point. She portrays the wheelchair-bound doctor, uncovering how HIV/AIDS spreads.
This is a project that's been brought to me 3 times. I just didn't connect to the character that I was being asked to play. And then I ended up watching a documentary on polio, because the character I play was one of the last victims of polio in the country. Polio was a virus, too. Nobody gets polio anymore. All of her motivation, all of her anger, and relentless pursuit of some kind of answer and hope made perfect sense to me.
Still, the emotional core of The Normal Heart is Kramer. In the mid-'80s, he became a strident voice who often alienated more moderate gays with his organization ACT UP. In this appearance at the Brooklyn Museum, he talked about his struggle.
We were the pariahs among our own people.
At this historic march on Washington for gay rights in 1993, Kramer called out President Clinton for reneging on his promise to fight HIV/AIDS.
Bill the Welcher has announced no new AIDS programs that would change the horrors of the last 12 years.
So many of us have lost so many friends. I stopped counting in 1990 at 150 friends. I've held so many people as they died. People asked me to help them die.
I told you I sent him a memo.
When? Through channels.
When? He'll answer me. When?
Well, Entertainment Weekly is calling this the most important, infuriating, heartbreaking movie of the year, and infuriating because it will make you mad at how people were treated at that time.
It might be one of those movies where at times it's difficult to watch but important to watch. I'm going to see the movie tomorrow, so I'll let you know how it is, and I'll be at the world premiere next week in New York.